Hello again everyone. I know that it's been a while since the last video. I do have a mini dive into Pampered Chef in the works. It's just with the summer being another fire season instead of a summer, there's probably going to be slightly fewer videos as it triggers my asthma and allergies when the smoke gets bad, and lately, well, it's been getting up there again. But anyways, today we're going to be going back into Anti-MLM. There's a couple story times in here as well. If you're interested in that, stay tuned. And it'll be some digital art line work that I've been working on my iPad, just to make sure that there is something prepared ahead of time for these videos. The first video today is someone looking for help or advice. My best friend joined Academy and I don't know how to convince her to leave. If you have any helpful tips or advice, I will link the post below and be sure to go and let them know what you think. Otherwise, if you're just going to say something negative, please don't go over there. This channel is not about bullying people, so don't go there if you're going to be negative. It all started when she started dating a person that was already deep into Academy, which this is 4X, by the way, for those who aren't certain of that. I'm convinced this person was on the dating app they met on in order to recruit people instead of dating. My friend was anti-MLM and understood this was a pyramid scheme, but she kept dating him. After a while, she said she loved him, so she wasn't going to leave him for just one flaw. This was a few weeks into the relationship, so I thought it was a little weird they were already using the L word, but I ignored it because I know some couples move faster than others. She even said he'll probably leave the company soon and everything will be fine. But slowly, she started making excuses for him. She started saying he wasn't hurting anyone by recruiting, just selling a dream. She said he truly wanted the best for people. He would post everywhere on his social medias how he wanted to be a chairman or something, and my friend thought that was cute. He lived with his parents, so he started staying every night in my friend's apartment until basically they were living together. But my friend paid everything. He would even talk about traveling to Europe, but say he didn't have the money, so my friend would say she would sponsor the trip. Later on, he convinced her to get really involved into manifestation and the law of attraction, and stuff like that are usually used to sell the dream of MLMs. By this time, he had pretty much cut everyone from his life that was against his business, and my friend was starting to fight people in order to defend him. She completely changed her lifestyle for him. She had told me he could get aggressive if she questioned anything he believed in, but they always talked it out. A few months into the relationship, he would make vision boards for them, buying a house and having babies. One day I had a deep talk with her and explained to her how he was a victim to the system that basically brainwashes you, and that I was scared he was doing it to her. She broke up with him and I was super happy. Yet the next day they got back together because he told her, if you truly loved me, you would support my dreams and you would want to grow together. I support your dreams even though I don't believe in them, don't I? Basically talking about how my friend is planning to do a PhD. He doesn't believe in her getting a PhD, but he believes in an MLM. Really? Yeah, your friend needs to leave this guy. All of these red flags, but you know, you wear rose-colored glasses, you don't see the red flags. She explained to me that she was so in love she thought it was unfair to break up with him just because society sees the company as something bad. This shocked me. Not much after that, he signed her up for the program. Now she's enrolled. Based on everything that was said, that was just a matter of time until that happened. I tried to explain to her how this is messed up, and even sent both videos of people leaving Academy because they realized it's a pyramid scheme, but they both won't listen to me. I don't know what to do anymore. From the sounds of it, you've pretty much done what you can. You've tried to send them information on the company, but they won't listen. And he is using any brainwashing he's getting from that company on her, it seems, by constantly talking her back into staying and allowing him to follow his dreams, which it seems that their relationship in some ways almost was another way to help him get out of his mother's house. I don't know, this one's a tough one. If anyone has any advice, definitely go help the OP out. Here is a story time about a pure romance party. Memory unlocked. I just realized I went to a pure romance party in college. I, 27F, can't believe it took this long to remember this party or realize it was actually an MLM party. But I chalk it up to the fact that I didn't know what an MLM was at the time. It was my sophomore year of college and my dorm would hold events for residents bi-monthly. Most of the events were very bland and didn't attract a lot of people. Think icebreaker games and screenings of Disney movies. So it was quite a surprise to learn that in November they would host a girls-only SOX positivity seminar with an expert hosting. Now, in the previous year, I had left a horrible relationship with a toxic person. He unfortunately was the first person I've ever had sex with, and he made me feel so horrible about my body, my preferences in bed, etc. I was also casually seeing a guy who was so hung up on his ex that he constantly compared me to her, and he ended up dumping me to try and get her back. I thought this seminar would help me get my confidence back, and I was so excited. Fast forward to the seminar. We walk downstairs in our sweats and pajamas as instructed on the invite. It's a bit odd. And we are immediately met with greetings from a conventionally gorgeous woman named Red. I'm talking blonde hair, blue eyes, amazing bone structure, clear skin, slender. She's dressed in silk pajamas adorned with hearts. She encourages us to get some punch and mingle ahead of the presentation. Looking around, the walls of her dorm rec room are covered corner to corner. My mannequin torsos adorned in synthetic lace lingerie. At the far wall, Red is unpacking a trunk of items and neatly organizing them on the table. Wow, this is going to be some seminar, I thought. Once everyone arrives, we take our seats and the RA organizing the event introduces Red. The presentation's going fine, whatever. Red is explaining about different kinks and preferences and consent, etc. and so forth. It wasn't a bad presentation by any means, but certainly not anything groundbreaking in the way she was presenting it. She also tells us about how she used to be so vanilla in the bedroom, and her husband told her one day he was getting bored by their SOX life. And that's how she got into consulting. And now he loves their SOX life again. Then one by one, we start getting into the products. She begins asking for volunteers for each product. My friend Blue is invited up at one point to uncomfortably hold a purple vibrator while Red demonstrates the different settings using a remote control. She proceeded to suggest we wear it out to dinner and give our man the controller for the night, and it would drive him wild. No references to how it would drive us, the women. You know, you would actually think that if this is directed towards a girls only positivity in this area, she would actually go over how these would make the women feel, not the men. In fact, all her big selling points were about how the items would please our men, not us, not girlfriends, just the boyfriends. The worst part was how Red would drop little comments here and there about what was at risk if we didn't buy something from this super credible seminar. She told one girl she needed some kind of oil for her skin because it was super dry and she couldn't feel her most confident in negligee with flaky legs. She told others that a book of SOX positions will keep their boyfriends off them sites because they'll never fantasize fantasize about another girl again. She told others still that a pair of fuzzy cuffs and a ball gag would make them the talk of the boyfriend's friend group. Maybe they don't want to be the talk of the spouse's friend group. 4 girls were brought up to rub tingly oil on their nips and describe how it felt. One of them looked so scared and said she didn't want to do it, and Red teased her all the way back to her seat. The poor girl did not participate the rest of the night and looked like she was ready to burst into tears. Super socks positive. What horrible tactics this pure romance consultant is using. That poor girl. If someone doesn't want to do this stuff and doesn't feel comfortable with it, don't force them. Especially when it comes to like rubbing stuff on themselves and describing how it feels in a public setting. When it got to my turn to participate, Red gave me some kind of rolling perfume and draped this hideous yellow and pink lingerie over my head. She said the perfume changes smell based on body chemistry, so everyone could smell their most alluring. She also said the push-up baby doll would be the best shape for me because it would make my bobs look bigger and like I had more curves. She said no man ever complained about bigger bobs. Well, this sucked because my chest and my skinny figure were both things my ex made me hate about my body. I remember him telling me one night that I was a 6 at best, and I had to blink back tears in front of every girl in my dorm. She said if I straightened my curly hair and gave myself some beachy waves, I'd look like a bombshell in this polyester mess. My ex had also hated my curly hair, so there's another swipe. I said I was good on lingerie because I had plenty, and I wasn't seeing anyone at the time anyways. She then acted offended and said obviously I wouldn't be buying it for a man. This is supposed to be a way to empower myself. Somehow forgetting every word that left her lips prior to that gross sentence. Yeah, she's not saying anything about empowering yourself. When it was clear to her I wouldn't budge on the lingerie, she turned her attention to the perfume roller. She said guys would be climbing me as soon as they got a whiff of it. Ew. I had an overwhelming urge to sink into the floor, past the building foundation, and into the mantle of Earth's crust. I asked if I could sit down, and Red kept filibustering about her products. I finally agreed to buy the musky perfume to get it to stop. I wouldn't have even agreed to that. Even if you're allergic to perfumes or not, just say you're allergic to the perfume so that you can get them to stop bugging you. Now, 7 years later, I'm cleaning old boxes out of storage yesterday and came across this glass vial of unused perfume. I opened it to smell and memories of this night came flooding back. I looked at the vial and it had pure romance, squiggly emblazoned across glass, and I knew I had to share it with you all. There is a happy ending to this story, y'all. A year after this party, I met my now fiance. He makes me feel like Aphrodite, and we have a great sex life sans pure romance. We're into softcore bonds and tons of lingerie, the good stuff this time. I'm still not fully confident in everything in the bedroom, but he is so patient with me and always helps me through it. I couldn't ask for a better man. That is awesome to hear. You found someone and you didn't have to change the way that anyone else kept trying to tell you to. That's perfect. Straight to camera PSA: if you or someone you know have been hurt by a Red, report it to r/ANTIMLM. There are resources available. You're Soxy and you're loved. Pearl party time! You will not want to miss tonight. I will be doing laundry basket deals. I will be rolling out new MK Kate Spade Coach and VS as well. And the purchase drawing is a fireworks basket, also has oysters in it. And the share drawing is a firework basket to just a little smaller. And after the show, I will be coming back live while me and the kid do fireworks. Hope to see you at 7:15. Yeah, the title of this post was that the laundry products were kind of a strange prize. And I have to agree. I know some people probably like getting laundry products as prizes because they can get pretty damn expensive, but still. And the person who wrote this, seriously, edit what you write. This one was found on LinkedIn. It's a wine consultant. I did it! I walked away from 10 years in the hospitality industry. Yesterday, I unpacked my closet. Suits, slacks, blazers, silk shirts, and work sweaters all gone. I don't need to be dressy while I work from home. I can wear what I want and work this wine business in pockets of my day. Somebody pinch me. This is so wonderful. Clean crafted wine, scout and cellar. On my way, financial freedom. I would not have gotten rid of all of that clothing because you're probably gonna need it one day when you're no longer a part of this MLM. On information station, delete if not allowed. Who in here drinks energy drinks daily? You can get the same energy and great taste without the calories or the crash. Ask me how down below. Coca-Cola is illegal, ma'am. Obviously, you know that's not what it actually is if you look at the screen. Please, it's not a pyramid scheme. They are illegal. It's called multi-level marketing and is an amazing opportunity. Please just try it. Be your own boss and make a ton of money on the side. Please. Yeah. No thanks. I'll stay away from your pyramid scheme because yes, they are illegal. I love how someone made a meme out of this one. Use a little crying face and saying all that. The middle school or any school bully story. You know there's always some of those. So this happened a good couple years ago, but I was basically bullied in middle school by a group of really mean girls and some guys. It wasn't your classic, hey, let me shove you into a locker sort of bullying, but rather your, let's give you weird looks, spread mean racially charged rumors, fake pretend to like you, and then laugh sort of thing. It really did play a role in furthering my insecurities and making me feel ostracized from the world. I eventually moved to a new town and life went on. Almost a decade later, I just gotten into law school. Congrats. I came back to my old town to visit family. Two of the girls from the group saw me at a store somewhere and randomly messaged me on Facebook saying they wanted to meet for coffee. I had no idea what they wanted, but I for some reason assumed that they wanted to apologize. I thought, what the heck, and decided to go. I met them and they basically pretended like we were long lost best friends. They were super interested in my life, my ambitions, kept calling me gorgeous, etc., etc. Oh yeah, that's not suspicious at all, is it? As if they weren't literal child demons 10 years ago. I was straight up in some Twilight Zone crap. And then, about 10 minutes into our coffee reunion, one of them randomly pulled out some sort of vegetable juice crap from her purse and told me how it helps her with weight loss and how her business pays for everything in her life. The other asked me if I wanted to help and start a business of my own because I seemed like I would be an amazing leader. At the time, I'd never heard about MLMs being operated like this and I didn't realize how pervasive they were. But it all basically felt so wrong. I told them I wasn't interested and yeeted out of there. Then they blocked me on Facebook. That's okay. It's just too bad you didn't get to block them first. I don't know if that's ever happened to anyone else, but moral of the story is, if an old school bully randomly messages you to get coffee, don't go. Yeah, definitely don't go. Just ignore them. Well, that's gonna have to be it for this video. It's a little bit longer than I planned, but I think there's gonna be a fair bit that gets cut out. Either way, my throat's getting really sore and can't handle any more talking for a while. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you like watching art time lapses and listening to some Reddit posts, in this case anti-MLM posts and story times, consider subscribing to my channel and turning on notifications to be notified when the next video goes live, and feel free to leave a comment down below. It helps with the algorithms. Bye!